Hi there, welcome to Change Coach Conversations number 3. So if you have been following along, you know that I've been posting a list of all the topics that I'm going to talk about on these Change Coach Conversations. And the topic that was meant to be number 3 was around how our clients' change is why we do what we do, but ultimately it's not our responsibility. It's a great topic. I can't wait to talk about it with you, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. So we're doing a little unplanned pivot here, and I'll tell you why. Last week, I sent an email to my list about the Change Coach training program that starts in January, and there was a lot of interest, which is awesome. And a handful of people, more people than I would have guessed, said something like, wow, it's my dream to share this. I would love to learn to coach from this understanding, to share this new paradigm with people, to help people find freedom from habits and anxiety. And when I completely kick my habit, I'll be ready to join the training. Or when I am at a point where I have no anxiety at all, I'll be ready to join the training. And I had to do this. I had to go away from the plan and have a conversation about that, because here's the thing. Now, absolutely, I'm such a huge proponent of what I do is a business. There's a lot that goes into it, like what we do as coaches and as facilitators and practitioners and therapists, if that's what you are, coming from this paradigm, doing what we do. Yes, you have to walk your talk, right? Like you have to have seen something deeply that you can share from. And just like I would never, send my kids to take swim lessons from someone who doesn't know how to swim, I would never send anyone to a therapist or a coach who is in the middle of a deep depression or thick in the middle of panic attacks or an addiction or something like that. But the people who reached out to me, by and large, that's not them. Who they are people who have been touched by this. They have absolutely seen something deep and profound, and that's coming to life for them, that's real in their life and that they're living from, and that they're probably already sharing with their friends and family and others, just not in a professional way. And so what they are dealing with, this is so big, what they're talking about is an idealized image of how they think their life needs to be before they're ready to train to do this more, or to even think about sharing it with someone else. And that ideal, like that image we come up with in our heads of like, ooh, this is how my life's going to look, and this is how I'll feel all the time, and then I'll be this coach who shares it and helps people. That's made up, and it's absolutely not necessary at all. And you have to check this for yourself. But not only is it not necessary, it's how we hide. It's oftentimes, again, check it for yourself, but get curious about that. Oftentimes, it's how we hide. It's how we stay small. It's how we say, oh, I'm not ready yet. I would, and again, these people are saying like, it's my dream. They're using that language. This is my dream. This is my passion. I can't wait to share this all over the place and to help you spread this new paradigm. But first, my life should look this way. And I just want you to look into this for yourself and see. Again, like I said, absolutely, there has to be a level of having seen something. There has to be a level of you having a well-functioning life, no question. But notice if that picture is really rigid in your mind and it looks absolutely real and true. And if you're waiting until your life matches that picture, it'll never happen. It'll never ever happen where your life matches the picture, trust me, because the picture keeps changing. The picture's made up by your own thinking, and it's constantly changing. The thing about what we do, so really deepening in this, seeing that this is about how every single human operates, knowing, what's universal, what applies to all of us, is that it isn't about us. It isn't about what you felt yesterday or what you thought earlier or what you did. It's a universal understanding. And the beauty in this is that the more we see about it, the more naturally we share it. And the more we share it, the more we see. So this is the coolest thing in the world. I mean, the more we share it, you learning about this, seeing it in a deep enough way to begin to just share it and just mess up. I mean, we're just pointing. We're pointing toward bigger truths. We're pointing toward an understanding, and we're hoping that people wake up and see. And now there's a skill, there's art and a science and skill to that pointing, but it's a creative process. And that, I can just speak for myself, like that is what has helped me see this far, 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 far better than any training I've taken, like any time I've sat in an audience and had someone teach me, than any coaching I've ever had, is me steepening in this, learning how to see it the best I can, and then going out and starting to share it. Because you have to like dig for that. That's not a great way to say it because it doesn't feel like a dig, but it's like, it's creative. It's like, ooh, they didn't see it when I said this. How else can I say it? And I'm telling you, it is the absolute best personal development you'll ever have in your entire life. And it's an amazing career. So you can make a career of it. You can get paid well. You can be helping people all over the place. And the more you do it, the more you see. So again, I'm not speaking to you if you are in the middle of a deep depression and you haven't gotten out of bed in a week. You're not in a position to be a coach in this moment. You can someday if you're in the middle of something, but that's not who I'm hearing from. I'm hearing from people who I have seen wake up to things. I know they've seen so much, and this understanding has changed so much in their life. And maybe there's this one or two little things that are kind of hanging on that they haven't had full clarity about. Me too. And they're using that, probably unknowingly, using that as a reason to just kind of stay where they are and say, oh, later, I'll get there. You know, maybe when that habit's completely gone, I'll feel confident or I'll feel ready. And guys, it just doesn't work that way. I don't feel confident doing this video right now, but I'm doing it anyway. And I do them all the time. I don't feel confident in half of the stuff I do. I think that's the secret. I think most people don't, but you do it. And the more you do it and the more that you see that it helps people and people hear things from it and they get touched by it, the more confidence doesn't even matter. Like that's just it's not even relevant. It's not an issue anymore because you see the impact that you're having. And again, like I said in video 1, in seeing the impact you're having, there's just confidence built into that. So thanks for letting me diverge from the schedule and do this little pivot. I think it's such a huge, important topic, and I really want you to check that for yourself. You can see so much and share so much, and often in the training to do this, in the doing of this, of sharing this new paradigm, that's where you fully come to where you want to be. And again, that image of where you want to be, just know that's a thought. That's a thought your mind's making up. But I tell you, sharing this and talking about it takes you deeper than you can ever imagine. So you really don't have to wait. So thanks so much for listening. I'll put the rest of the topics here and I'll try to stay in order, but I'm not promising anything. And if you're interested in the Change Coach training that begins in January, I'll put the link here as well. It's an amazing, very, very in-depth 5.5-month training with 9 live training days. There's a ton of support. So whatever you're a little half in, half out on, you won't be by the end of these 5.5 months. Trust me. There's so much support, so much of your own grounding, so much of learning the skills and the science and art behind sharing this. And there's so much ongoing support. So there'll be listings on a directory. I don't do private coaching one-to-one anymore. So all of those people will get referred to you. There's ongoing mentorship from me for life, and it's just an amazing opportunity. So if you're interested, check that out. And I will be back here next week with Change Coach conversation number 4. Have a great night.